我们大那是幼儿园.
Mabuhay! Ako po si Marco at ako'y marunong mag-Tagalog.
Hola, me llamo Franco y sé hablar español.
Todos podemos aprender idiomas.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Lingsha et je sais parler français.
We can all learn languages.
We can all learn to speak languages. But what's the best way to learn to speak a new language? Act like a baby. You were born with the natural ability to learn language, and you've never lost it. It just needs to be reawakened, so you can succeed again.
Rosetta Stone introduces the all-new Totali, the natural way to learn a language.
Remember how you learned that this is an apple and how to ask for one? Your parents didn't translate it for you into your native language. You didn't have a native language yet. They didn't explain the grammar, and you didn't have to memorize it. And yet, you learned perfectly, didn't you? So why are we adults so intimidated at the prospect of learning a new language? Because for as long as any of us can remember, learning a second language meant memorizing, translating, and studying grammar. And at the end of the day, many of us still weren't very good at using that language to communicate with each other.
Maybe I can speak the words in the proper way, but now when someone speaks to me, it just throws me because that's not how I learned.
It's been slow going.
Yeah, I've tried to get books from the library, but they just kind of sit there, and it's very easy to just walk past them.
I have this wall that I keep running into that I just get so far and then it just kind of stops.
Well, here's the good news. Even as adults, we still have the natural ability we were born with to learn how to understand and use language without translating, memorizing, or learning rules of grammar. Intuitively, in what's called an immersion environment. That is, being surrounded by the new language and learning without relying on your native language to help you figure out how to, for example, get one of these.
Certainly with immersion as an adult, you learn much more. Everyone will tell you, if you want to learn to speak Spanish, go to Spain. Live among people that speak Spanish all the time.
So what does this mean for people who want to learn a new language effectively and painlessly? It seems that you have two possibilities. Surround yourself exclusively with people who speak the language you want to learn, or go back to being a baby. Neither of those is very practical. But modern technology has created a third possibility. Today, anyone with a computer can have a simulated immersion experience using the brilliant method for learning language called Rosetta Stone. The original Rosetta Stone software program has been winning awards for well over a decade. And now, in the 2010s, the company has just launched a new version of its product called Totali. Now you can talk live with tutors who are native speakers of your new language, and connect with other language learners all over the world in online communities. It's not just immersion, it's dynamic immersion.
To show you how well Rosetta Stone Totali works, we brought these people together and gave them the product to try for the first time. We'll follow their progress as they use it over the course of 8 weeks.
We are interested in learning Spanish because both of our children are adopted from Guatemala, and Spanish is their birth language.
I have colleagues who speak Mandarin, and I only speak English, and so for me to talk to them in their native language is really important.
I want to learn and study German because my wife is a German, and she speaks German to our children.
I'm a nurse, but I'm also about to go on a medical missions trip to Guatemala in October, so I really would like to be fluent when I go.
I'm the odd man out if I don't have this language under my belt.
This is the start for me of making it part of my life.
Yes, I'm very, very excited. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time.
Please stay tuned to find out what these people accomplished with Rosetta Stone after 8 weeks.
Since it's immersion, we don't want you to have to translate in your head because that'll slow you down. You can skip that step entirely, and your brain absorbs the new language and connects it directly to the pictures and images in front of you. It makes it much easier, and it doesn't really feel like working.
The thing that Rosetta Stone does is it makes you think. But it doesn't make you think in a way that's hard. It makes you think in a way that's kind of fun, like doing, a crossword puzzle.
You realize that you've solved the puzzle with your voice. I think it just completes the experience, and it makes you feel rewarded that you can actually create something and say something that you've never said before. I think that's one of the sort of unique aspects of Rosetta Stone.
I see. Die Frau.
Pao. Boo.
It's intuitive that, I know what these two words are, so let me add this one more piece of vocabulary to it, and you can follow it. Die Frau liest. That's pretty fun. So I'll just keep doing this if you guys are okay. Just in the last 5 minutes, I've already picked up 3 words that I've never heard before and put them in context. It's pretty exciting.
The journey begins with Rosetta Course, the award-winning computer-based program of self-study. Rosetta Course presents you with a carefully designed sequence of sounds, images, and experiences that lets you discover your new language intuitively. You'll start speaking right away, with instant feedback using Rosetta Stone's proprietary voice recognition software to help perfect your accent.
Das Mädchen trinkt.
Once you've mastered each unit, you move into Rosetta Studio, where you can schedule online sessions with other learners, coached by native speakers. And in Rosetta World, you can play games online with a global community of learners. Now there's even a mobile app that lets you practice anywhere. You also get the headset microphone and audio companion CDs, so you can stay immersed when you're away from your computer. Everything in the new Rosetta Stone version 4 Totally is designed to build your confidence in using your new language.
Well, Rosetta Stone keeps you motivated by always introducing items gradually and kind of luring you into the next levels.
It's more like a game than learning.
It only takes, a couple of exercises most, and then all of a sudden, the light clicks on. I said, aha.
Wow. Oh, I get it.
And I can feel myself progressing.
Language immersion. It's really a perfect way to describe the feeling of learning with the Rosetta Stone method. You completely let go of your own native language. After all, you can't swim while you're still sitting on the edge of the pool. So you stop thinking about it and just take the plunge. It's exhilarating, and then you can relax and just let the language wash over you.
It's best, if you possibly can, to have native speakers doing the immersion.
We go a long way to find the best possible people so that when people listen to the voices in our product, they're listening to the best possible voices for that language with the best accent, and the most appropriate voice for learning a language.
We're going to put you in an environment where you're able to use your new language in conversations with native speakers.
In Rosetta Studio, in Totally, you spend all your time speaking. You have a tremendous amount of confidence that you can go out in the world and have those conversations with other people in real life.
When you go through and finish up a unit, you actually get the opportunity to do a studio session where you're sitting there with a native speaker.
They're there to keep you on track and help you and And that's exactly what they did. There was no judgment or criticism involved.
We go over the lesson that I just had, and we talk in full immersion. So that's been helping me a tremendous amount.
With Rosetta Stone, you'll be speaking right from the start. It's really important because we know that when you speak the language, it activates the language. You own it. Once you speak it, you know you're going to be able to speak it again. You'll spend about an hour with one of our live native speaking coaches. You'll see them from a webcam video on the screen. Sometimes you feel a little anxious or a little nervous, but when you get into that studio session with the coach and you find yourself in a confident conversation, it's sort of magical.